All right, fellas. So, this is the Cell Max mission in 6 turns or less. So, you guys noticed this is not a no item run. I actually really think this mission is intended for items to be used and support memories, of course. This is meant to just be like a quick little video, right? Maybe not an instructional video, because I don't think there's really much to it. It's you use the Reps of U7 team, you use the Superheroes team, you use the best team you can possibly put out against Cell Max, and you nuke his ass. I mean, that's it. I mean, that is the mission, right? So I'm using Reps of U7 with the new EZAs. So, of course, the 17 and Golden Frieza, and then the LR Universe 7 are on the team. And then, of course, the new UI Goku, and then the old UI Goku. LR Int Evolution Blue Vegeta, and then, of course, the LR Evo Ken, right? Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, and then Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, right? So all of these units, man, are just uber busted. I haven't really got to showcase the Tech UI Goku yet. He gets a little bit of shine in this video toward the end. But this guy, man, just everything he is offering. One thing I really like about him is there's no build-up involved with this guy. He has his baseline damage reduction, which then turns into guard after receiving an attack. He's got the 70% chance to dodge. He does get additional supers in the second and the third slot. He's just overall, like, he's a solid unit, right? I definitely would not call him dodge or die. Now, is he going to be able to tank every super in the game? No. But if you get him a super attack and his guard is up, he should be able to tank normals. So I feel like in a way that's really all you can ask for when you're talking about a 70% dodge unit, right? So obviously his primary defensive mechanic is dodge, right? I mean, there's just no two ways about it. And then when he transforms on turn 5, or his 5th turn, right? His 5th appearance, if you will. Not 5th appearance, that's not right. But 5th turn from the start of his opening turn, right? You can, of course, activate the domain. You're able to nullify the dodge canceling effects of the enemy. So you're nullifying the enemy's guaranteed to hit mechanic, right? It's essentially what you're doing. So you're able to nullify that. You're giving everyone on the team 10% dodge. It's a ridiculous sort of ability. And then, of course, he has the 100% chance to dodge on turn 1. Every dodge, he's countering. This guy is just absolutely crazy, right? I would maybe put him... He's top 5. I don't know where I'd rank him. I don't really do tier lists and stuff like that. I feel like you look at Beast Gohan, and I think he's unquestioned, undisputed number 1. But other than that, I feel like it's all depending on the situation that is unfolding, right? So you could say AGL UI Goku. You could say Tech UI Goku. You could say Evolution Blue Vegeta, right? I mean, on some turns, if Evolution Blue Vegeta and Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, if they're absolutely decimating the enemy's health and they don't have a chance to attack, guess what? They can look like the best unit in the game. I mean, you look at all of these characters. 17 and Golden Frieza, man, they're basically indestructible in slots 2 and 3. If you get them several super attacks and they're building up damage reduction every turn, dude, I mean, they can look damn impressive, right? I mean, I don't know about best unit in the game candidates, but you kind of look at this team. I mean, you're looking at a team full of top 10 units in the game. I mean, this Reps of U7 team is just absolutely outlandish, right? So we've kind of gone over the team a little bit. I feel like everyone probably knows at this point, like, what the characters do. I didn't really talk about the LR Universe 7, but basically they're just a support unit who can hit hard. And that's what they've been the whole time, right? So pre-EZA, when they first came out, this is what they did, right? Particularly on their active skill turn, where they're giving +7 key to the whole rotation. Now, I would probably argue... does this team really need the key? Probably not, but I don't know, man. Maybe you don't have Evolution Blue Vegeta built up, or maybe UI Goku hasn't got his dodges, and it can certainly come in handy, no question about it. And then, of course, they're giving themselves 7 ki, which is really, really handy. But they have the built-in damage reduction. They're getting additional damage reduction with reps of U7 characters on the team. So you definitely want to be running them with at least 5, right? 5 reps of U7 to kind of maximize their potential there. And then the 17 and Golden Frieza we touched on a bit. But again, guys, this team is absolutely ridiculous. So in terms of strategies for taking down Cell Max in 6 turns, I feel like you guys are pretty much looking at it. So from turns 1 through 4, Cell Max, you're not really gonna push the damage a whole lot. You guys can see how tanky he is. Now this is probably the hardest hitting team in the game. Maybe it's superheroes, maybe it's this team. Technically, they're all kind of superheroes, right? Except for 17 and Golden Frieza. But again, in terms of strategy, you want to on the turns where you think you're going to get pummeled. So, for instance, if I'm rocking Evo Ken and I'm floating them around and they're going to take a bunch of hits in slot 3, well, maybe I just pop a Ghost Usher. And then as long as you're beyond turn 4 and you can actually start to debuff him and do some serious damage to him, you can go ahead and start popping like the nuking type items. So I think I brought a Chilai, a Dabura Cookie, and I think I brought, was it the Takoyaki? No. I brought the Future Bulma item, or just the regular Bulma item that buffs your all allies attack by 25% for 5 turns. Yeah, and then there's the Dabura Cookie. And then, of course, the Ghost Usher, as I just mentioned. So, and then some of these characters, so particularly, 17 and Golden Frieza, they're lowering Cell Max's attack and defense, which is obviously going to be helpful. And actually, one thing you can do to Cell Max, if you want to really mitigate the damage he can do to you, is, again, beyond turn 4, you can seal him. So this is a boss where if you can survive for 4 turns, you've got a fair shot at winning, right? So he's really tough in the beginning of the fight. He just comes out swinging, man. I mean, he's doing crazy attacks on normals and obviously his super attacks. I think we're well into the 3 million range with his super attacks. So he is not playing around. But again, being able to be sealed and debuffed, obviously going to bode very, very well for you. I said that this wasn't going to be an instructional video, and the reason for that is because everyone's box is a bit different. So I think it's easy for me to say, oh yeah, just, run this Reps U7 team, and I have every unit, except for Tech UI rainbowed. And I don't think everyone's box is going to exactly look like that. But I think you just run your strongest team against Cell Max, and you pop these items, and I think you're good to go, right? So that's why I didn't necessarily want to make it just like some instructional video, but there you go. It ended up being a bit of an instructional video on how to beat Cell Max. We are almost through this fight. So he has 3 health bars. His defense is pretty significantly debuffed. And actually in this fight, defensive debuffing is actually a pretty useful tool to utilize. So it's going to cut through Cell Max a little bit. So this is the triple active skill / domain turn. I wanted to make this a very quick and concise video, or as quick as possible, right? But we are going to go ahead and watch Tech UI's active skill transformation and domain. So let's go ahead and check this out. Oh my god, that looks so cool. Yeah, I really, really love this unit. So this rotation is maybe the best in the game, particularly on this first turn of the domain and the active skill transformation. So you have a 100% chance to dodge, and UI Goku baseline with the domain up is going to have, I believe, an 87% chance to dodge. Just absolutely absurd, right? So just not being able to get hit is your best. It's definitely your best medicine against really, really tough bosses. I know folks, you know, for whatever reason, don't really like to hear that. And I'm not a full dodge guy, but I think it's really tough to deny that it is a very useful mechanic. So, but just being able to literally evade everything and then counter everything, do all these crits, you know, blah, 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 blah. I mean, this guy is just through the moon, ridiculously crazy. I mean, if you want to talk about units that are better than Beast Gohan, give me this Ultra Instinct Goku, you know, the white-haired Ultra Instinct Goku. This guy probably better than Beast Gohan. These counters, man, just do so much damage, particularly after he supers and he gets the crit chance, right? So, yep, here we go. I mean, he's just gonna, he's literally gonna end this for us. So I popped the other item for UI Goku, and I really didn't even need to. I don't know what I was thinking. I grossly underestimated what this Tech UI Goku could do. I mean, he's doing 8.5 on the counters, right? And these are crits. So, absolutely ridiculous team. We end up taking him down in 5 turns. So your boy will take it. We get the mission done, guys. Let me know in the comments below what your team looked like to take him down. Let me know, of course, how your summons went, if there are any updates on those. Hopefully you guys are able to pull a copy of Tech UI Goku and then save for the worldwide. Slap a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Love ya. Catch you in the next one later.